Good evening and welcome to the City of Smyrna Planning and Zoning meeting. Today is January 11th, 2016 at 6 p.m. and this meeting's called to order. For those of you joining us for the first time, this meeting is conducted much like a council meeting. As such, each application will include a presentation from city staff, followed by a question and answer session between staff and the board. Once all the questions have been satisfied, we'll have the applicant come forward and answer any questions, present their application. Once all the questions from the applicant have been satisfied, we'll have an opportunity for anyone in attendance that might want to speak in favor of or opposition to the application. We ask that you come forward one at a time, state your name and address for the record, and sign the sign-in sheet at the podium. We've got several items on our agenda tonight that we're gonna move through really quickly, just procedurally. So if you guys just bear with us, and then we'll get to the action item as soon as possible. Okay, the first item on our agenda is 2015-125. It is zoning request Z15-003, rezoning of the subject property from R15 to RAD conditional for the development of two single-family homes. This is a 1.31 acre tract at land lot 592. This is 1514 Hawthorne Avenue, Tule and Tule. This item is to be tabled to the February 8th, 2016 P&Z meeting. Can I get a motion to table? A motion, Mr. Roberts. Second. Mr. Kemp, all in favor? Or opposed? Please vote. Yep. We had a motion, Mr. Roberts, a second, Mr. Kemp. Please vote. Okay. Gentlemen, just bear with us for a couple seconds. We'll get to it as quick as possible. A motion to approve the tabling, Mr. Roberts, a second, Mr. Kemp. Please vote. Everybody in? There you go. All right. It's approved 7-0. All right. The next item on our agenda is is 2015-423. This is zoning request Z15-022. It is to be withdrawn at the request of the applicant. Can we get a motion to withdraw? Is that right, Mr. Sudrath? Okay, a motion to withdraw. Mr. Whittington, a motion to withdraw. A second. Ms. Lightfoot. Please vote to okay. So just so you know, on your screen it says postpone, but it means withdraw. And it has been, Mr. Kemp, it has been successfully withdrawn, 7-0. All right, the next item on the agenda is 2015-126. This is zoning request Z15-005, the annexation and rezoning of the subject property from NS Smyrna and OI Cobb County to MU conditional. This is an 8.7 acre tract at land lot 880 and 881. This is 2800 and 2810 Spring Road. Neelan Developers. This item is to be tabled as well to the February 8th, 2016 meeting. Can I get a motion to table, please? It says postpone. Okay. And we mean postpone this time. Yes. This is postponed to postpone. So we had a motion, Mr. Kemp, a second, Mr. Rice. And it is successfully postponed, 7-0. All right. The next item on our agenda is 2016-40, zoning request Z16-002. This is rezoning from GC to RTD conditional for the construction of 72 townhome units. This is a 7.2 acre tract at land lot 606. It is 4710, 4730, 4750, 4760, 4770, 4780 Camp Highland Road, the Prime Interest Inc. This zoning item is to be tabled to the February 8th, 2016 meeting as well. We get a motion to table or postpone. Motion, Mr. Kemp. Second, Ms. Lightfoot. Please vote. And it successfully postponed 7-0. All right. The next item on our agenda is 2016-41. This is a public hearing on a zoning request Z16-001. Rezoning from R15 to R12, conditional for the construction of 2 single-family homes. It's a .63 acre tract in land lot 664. This is 2580 Bates Street. Habitat for Humanity of Northwest Metro Atlanta is the applicant. Mr. Martin, the background, please.
Good evening. This rezoning case will be heard by you guys tonight. You guys will make a recommendation to mayor and council for approval or denial. The rezoning will then go to mayor and council on February 15th, and they'll take final action on that case. The property is located at 2580 Bates Street. It's approximately 0.6 of an acre. The applicant is requesting to rezone the property from R15 to R12 conditional. Currently, the site has no structure or any accessory structure on it. It is a vacant lot. The applicant is proposing to subdivide this property in half and build 2 detached single-family residences at a density of 3.17 units per acre. As you can see on the zoning vicinity map, the adjoining property to the north is zoned RM12. The property to the south is zoned RAD. The adjacent property across Bates Street is zoned R12. And the property to the west is R15 and R20 in Cobb County. This is the future development map. As you can see, the property has a land use classification of suburban residential. The properties to the south, east, and west have a suburban residential classification as well. However, on the southeast corner of the property, it abuts medium density residential. Suburban residential allows density up to 3 units per acre. Medium density allows densities up to 6 units per acre. This is the proposed site plan, in addition to the tree plan for the property. The homes will front on Bates Street. They'll have a parking pad located at the front of the home. In addition, the applicant is proposing to provide a bioretention area in between the 2 homes at the front of the property. This will be their stormwater management for the site. The homes will maintain a 35-foot front setback, a 30-foot rear setback, and a 10-foot side setback. So there'll be a minimum of 20 feet in between these homes. These are the proposed home elevations. This is a picture of the property as it stands today. And then these are the adjoining houses in the immediate area. Community Development recommends approval of the requested zoning from R15 to R12 conditional for the construction of 2 single-family residences at a density of 3.17 units per acre with the following conditions. Standard conditions, number 1, the composition of the home in the residential subdivision shall include a mixture of elements including brick, stone, shake, hardy plank, or stucco. Number 2, the detention pond shall be placed and screened appropriately to be unobtrusive from homes inside and outside the development. The stormwater detention plan shall be designed to create at least a 10% reduction in a 2-year to 100-year storm event. Number 3, all utilities within the development shall be underground. Number 4, the developer shall be responsible for any traffic improvements deemed necessary by the city engineer. Number 5, no debris may be buried on any lot or common area. Number 6, the developer will comply with city's tree ordinance. Number 7, all landscape plans must be prepared by a Georgia registered landscape architect. Number 8, all yards and common areas are to be sodded and landscaped. Number 9 is a tree planting schedule for each lot. On to the special conditions. Number 10, the development shall maintain the following minimum setbacks: a front setback of 35 feet, a side setback of 10 feet, and a rear setback of 30. Number 11, the driveway should have a minimum length of 22 feet, and that's measuring from back of sidewalk to the building face or to the end of the driveway pad, which either, however it's constructed. And number 12, the development shall be developed with a minimum lot size of 13,763 square feet. Number 13, the home shall have a minimum floor area of 1,500 square feet. Number 14, the right-of-way along Bates Street shall be increased to 50 feet. Therefore, a dedication of approximately 5 feet is required along the Bates Street right-of-way. Number 15, the developer shall provide a 5-foot sidewalk with a 2-foot grass buffer along Bates Street for the length of development. Number 16, all trees within the limits of disturbance and not located within a tree protection area must be removed during the land clearing and grading phase of the development. Number 17, approval of the subject property for the R12 zoning district shall be conditioned upon the development of property in substantial compliance with the site plan. And number 17, the home shall be built in substantial compliance to the elevation submitted with the rezoning application. With that, I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Martin? Thank you, Rusty. All right, if the applicant is in attendance, if they'd like to come forward at this time and tell us a little bit about the plan, that'd be great.
I will try.
Does anybody have any questions for the applicant instead of making him speak? He's lost his voice.
I'll answer anything I can.
Let's not strain that. Is that all right with you, Ken? I mean, I don't see the point in.
I think the only question that the Planning Commission had, I didn't necessarily feel comfortable answering was just, and I hate to ask you this, so I'm only going to ask one question, and that is, can you explain the process by which these homes, people get qualified for these homes, sure, and how they get built?
There is a 2-level process. The first process is people apply for the participation or the partnership with Habitat for Humanity. They go through a very tight screening process. They can have no domestic problems. They have to be financially responsible. They have to have the ability and the willingness to show that they can service the debt. They can have no police record. Everything is qualified, and then they have to put so much money down themselves. Once they do that, they work 100 hours on someone else's house, volunteer. Then they work 100 hours on their house. Once they've completed that, we then sell the house to them, and they repay us over a 20-year period. We take those funds and continue the ministry of Habitat to purchase and build other houses. So it is a very strict and stringent program of work. I will tell you, if there is any violation of the domestic problems or police problems, that's a violation of the mortgage, and we will foreclose on the house and put another family in it. So what we're attempting to do is minister to those who have a need, but you have to abide by the same rules that we all apply by, and that's to take care of your property. We'll do our best to build something you'll be proud of.
Very good. Thank you very much. And for the record, it's Mr. McGinnis, correct?
That's correct. I'm sorry.
David McGinnis. That's all right. All right. Any other questions for Mr. McGinnis? Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right. At this time, we'd like to open the floor for anyone in attendance that would like to come forward and speak in favor of or opposition to this application. Okay. Let the record show there's no one that wants to input. All right. At this time, this is Mr. Kemp's Ward 3. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve zoning request Z16-001, rezoning from R15 to R12 conditional for the construction of 2 single-family homes.
Okay. We have a motion to approve Mr. Kemp. We need a second. I lost it. I'm sorry. He's already seconded something tonight. He can't do it again. I'm just joking. Mr. Roberts is a second. All in favor? The application is approved 7-0. Good luck, Mr. McGinnis, and good luck with your voice. All right. The last item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the December 14, 2015 Planning and Zoning meeting. The board members in possession of the minutes. Are there any changes that we need to make at this time? All right. Can we get a motion to approve? Motion to approve, Ms. Lightfoot. Second, Mr. Campo. All in favor? Minutes are approved 7-0. Thank you. I don't believe at the last meeting, because we were, I don't think we were aware how everything was going to shake out after the election and didn't really get a chance to say goodbye to Mike Seagraves, did we?
No, and I've talked to Michael. You are correct, Joel, because we weren't sure
how it was going to go
at that point in time what the new council was going to do. But I've spoken to Michael, and I'll make sure that he gets a thank you.
That's great. Yeah, really enjoyed working with Michael Seagraves, and now we get the opportunity to have Mr. Rice slide over and sit right next to me, and then Mr. Monroe joins us in Ward 7. So welcome. We look forward to working with you. Any further comments or anything, notices of improvement?
Joel,
All right.
I have, before you do that, just because it's a good time to do this because we do have a new member. It's the first meeting of the year. I just wanted to remind people why we list the standard conditions every time, even though they're in the zoning ordinance. Obviously, it would make our presentations quicker if we just went to the special conditions. What staff has found through the years is that by listing them again as part of the zoning ordinance, it not only gives it more force in the sense that it's not only in the ordinance, but it's also part of a council action. But more importantly, it reminds everybody, in particular the applicant, hey, you've got to follow these conditions. So it puts it out front. The last thing on that is just from a staffing point of view, an administrative point of view, it puts everything in the same folder, as opposed to having to run around to different ordinances to actually put together what do we need to do on this zoning. It's all in one packet. That's why we list the standard conditions. What I'm going to do this year, though, is to try to come up with a process between Joey and Rusty and myself that we can move through those a little quicker because they're standard. So what I would ask you to do is to look in the zoning ordinance regarding those standard conditions. Or we may just send out an email to you guys saying, here's the exact wording, and here's the section you're in, so that we can incorporate it into our record, but maybe do it a little bit quicker. Unless you all have a problem with that, that's sort of how I'd like to approach this year. But that's all I wanted to say, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Mr. Sudreth, and as always, thanks for the very detailed and thorough report by staff. All right. Without any further comments, this meeting is adjourned at 6:24.